Henry! From Mowers and Blowers! Hey guys, how you doing? It's Henry. I'm Mowers and Blowers. Good morning. It's about 11 o'clock. You know, it was a good football game on last night. Monday Night Football, right? Anyway, today's a nice cool day. It's beautiful, not a cloud in the sky. As a matter of fact, they said this entire week is going to be absolutely gorgeous. So I got to take advantage of that. This entire week, I'm going to have to try to get every single lawnmower that I have in my possession running and ready for sale, because you never know what nut is going to want to buy it before winter comes, right? And I know a lot of you guys that do the same thing that I do are thinking about the same thing. The sales have died down and everything, and we have to try to sell as many of our inventory before we have to rack them and stack them for the winter, you know what I mean? And then move out the winter equipment, such as snowblowers, which I don't think I'll even do, you know? But I guess if I have a lot of lawnmowers left over for the winter to store, I'm gonna have to clean out the shed where all the snowblowers are, so I can rack them and stack all the push mowers that I got left, you know? Hopefully I'll sell some. I did sell that black one the other day, and oh, finally, after yesterday's video upload, the guy actually showed up. He said 3:30, but he ended up coming around 5. So, you know, I was very surprised. He came with a pickup truck that had a electric liftgate on, but it didn't do us any good because the electric liftgate is only, you know, that long. You know, it took up half the tractor. You couldn't get it up there anyway, so we ended up using our ramps and pushed it up. You know, so that in that instance, that liftgate didn't do any good. You know, unless the liftgate had another panel that came out that was the length of the tractor. You know, you can't just lift up the half of it. You know what I mean? You still got to lift it. So the ramps made it easier. But yeah, so I sold my white outdoor lawn tractor, the one with the 18 horsepower Tecumseh V-twin in it. It's a good tractor. I just changed the belt on it and fixed that hose, whatever, and I found that on the street. I did buy a battery and a belt and some paint and stuff. So I think I was in it for about 50 bucks, something like that, you know. Sold it for 600. So good score for me. It was an easy fix. It was a pretty good tractor, to be honest with you, you know. Anyway, this morning, I have got the second and third wave of all those sticker sales that you guys did for me. I appreciate it very much. Thank you. I got to get them out today. And so I have to go out to the post office and buy some stamps. Then after I get home, I'm going to have to do the rear brakes on my wife's car. I remember that about a year ago, they recommended new brakes for the front and the rear. They wanted to charge her like $1,800 for the brakes. I'm like, $1,800? What are you, crazy? So I went on eBay and I bought rear and front brakes for her car. Bosch, the kind they use, right? This is I forget if it's semi-metallic or what's the other thing called. I forget. Ceramic. These are ceramic. I don't know if they rub out faster or whatever. I don't know too much about brake pads. If you guys know which is the OEM kind that Mercedes uses, is it the semi-metallic or the ceramic? I have no idea. But either way, I have the rear brakes here, and I didn't do them because at the time they looked fine to me. The fronts, just, you know, if you had to change them, you had to put fronts in, right? Fronts are the most important. But then in her most recent inspection, they said, you know, you could use rear brakes. I mean, I have a year to do it, you know. It's not like it's rubbing on the metal or anything, but it's not a vital thing, but I'd like to get it out of my brain, you know. Get it out of the way so I can move on to my other stuff. I don't like having obligations that I need to do. So these are rear brakes. They're pretty easy to do, you know, maybe an hour or so, 2 hours, 3 hours. You know how things go. You think it's going to take an hour, ends up taking you 4 hours because you stripped the bolt or something, you know. So yeah, when I get back from the post office and after mailing out the stickers, I'll come back and do the rear brakes. time for me to find a new post office where they have automatic kiosks to get stamps without waiting online. Okay. You're welcome. Cool.
Excuse me, my dear, can you actually put some more project stickers on there? That'd be great.
Doesn't take cash? Very interesting. 10, 15, 20. 30 stamps ought to hold me over for a while. That's interesting, huh? Stickers are headed your way, guys. So that was kind of cool, huh? Went to a different post office today because my post office is small and there's always a tremendous line, you know. So I went to the main Huntington one, which is a much bigger post office, and this one's more advanced. Has all the machines and stuff, you know, so has a self-service kiosk where I don't have to wait online, I don't have to be near a lot of people and all, you know, and it was pretty easy, you know. Shoved in a credit card to pay for about 30 stamps, and I had all my outgoing stickers going out, and all it needed was stickers. And I was right there, so I just mailed them all out. So everybody that had the second and third wave of the DONESKI stickers and the Patriot stickers, thank you very much for purchasing those stickers. It helps me out a lot, and it's coming out to you in 3 business days. While I got in my car and I'm driving home, I got a text message from Frank, the UPS guy. He told me that there is a ride-on mower sitting on the curb in Northport. Northport is the next town over. It's a little bit further, but I'm going to go home, hop into my van, and we'll go check it out. See if we can pick up a riding mower. According to the address, it should be coming up less than a mile. It's a pretty busy street. It may be difficult to load. I don't see anything yet. Beautiful, cool day today. Perfect day for wrenching out in the driveway. Oh, I see a guy with a big truck. Maybe he's gotten it before me. This guy's gonna get hit by a truck. Where is this place, man? Ooh, there it is. It's a Lt1000.
The destination is on your left, 305 Vernon Valley Road.
I might have to go away. I might have to take a U-turn. How about that turning radius, huh? free. Runs, needs work. And it's got a deck. How about that, huh? Let's see what kind of engine. Ooh, 18 opposed twin. Scores! No battery. Guess I might have to get a battery for this. Hey, so I'm home. How about that, huh? That was like a super easy load. I mean, according to time-lapse, I did it in 10 seconds. It was free rolling, rolled it right to the ramps, hooked it onto the rear hole, whatever, the tow bar, pulled it right up, no problem. It's like one of the easiest loads of a lawn tractor ever. What's funny is, as soon as I was getting the ramps out, right, another truck pulled up in front of me, and he was gonna come and pick it up. I beat him to it by literally 10 or 15 seconds. That's just how it is sometimes. If you don't get a tip from somebody, right, and it's a curb alert, it'll be gone. Some nut's gonna take them. So I was fortunate enough to pick it up. When I was loading it, I noticed that one of the front mower deck lift hangers that attaches to the front was missing. Fortunately, I've got plenty of parts. I wonder if that's what they mean by needs work. If that's the only thing that you need, it's a score. I'm gonna unload this now. So there it is. Easy load, easy unload. Really easy. It's a Craftsman Lt1000. It's got an 18 horsepower Briggs opposed twin engine. Has a sign on it that says free. It's calling my name. That's right, free. Runs but needs work. So when he says runs, it means the engine runs, but it needs work. Does the engine need work? Or does that need work? What I noticed when I was loading it was that it's missing one of the rods for the mower deck in the front. All tires seem to hold air. Looks like a decent deck. It's got a belt for the mower deck. And I know what you're thinking.
Hey, Henry, why don't you use that deck for your little red Franken Tractor 3 there?
Well, if this tractor is a better condition tractor than that, why would I put a deck on a worse condition one, right? So this tractor in itself can be sold. It's got the 18-inch tires on it. Rear looks good. Of course, it's missing the battery. For you enthusiasts, 917-272-273. There's like 20 different model numbers for this exact tractor. It is a 6-speed manual transmission. Looks pretty good. Look at that. That does look pretty good. I mean, surface rust and everything. But if you just look at this hole, where the hole is, and that bar that is on the very bottom, that thing's solid. No rot, no rust, nothing. This is a good condition deck. Just needs that rod. Let's look at the engine now. Now, you know what's suspicious about this already? I'll tell you what. So the tractor itself says 17.5 IC overhead valve. Well, this is not that. This is an 18 horsepower twin cylinder, which means that this has been repowered. You know, this had a 17.5 single overhead valve engine on it. What else do you see about this engine? That's right,
Little micey poo.
there's a rat's nest in there for sure. Everything else does seem complete. It's got headlight modules too. Let's check out what it looks like in the gas tank. Wow, full of fuel. Scores! And it's not leaking, right? So that's a good sign. Good sign that the seat in the carburetor is good and doesn't leak gas. Let's check out the Earl. Earl could use a change, and it's at the add line. So it's good for testing right now. We're gonna need to put a battery in here. Problem is, I don't have a battery. This is disconcerting. It's already engaged. See? I don't feel any resistance or tension at all. So I think the deck would have to come off to unseize it, whatever it's down there, the pulleys that won't seize. Maybe that's what he was talking about, that it needs work. I have this exact tractor in the back with a Kohler in it, and that has a bagger system on it. Let's forget about doing the brakes for my wife today. That's not like super priority, you know. Let me go get the battery out of my van, the one that I use for my winch. Let's put it in here, see if it starts up. So I just got the battery out of my van. I got it in here, and I easily put it on because my buddy Jason over at Pate's Performance hooked me up with a bag of 7/16 nuts and bolts. Now it makes it easy for me to install a battery like that. I don't gotta spend like an hour looking for bolts and nuts, you know what I mean? Thanks, Jason. Anyway, so the battery's in here, man. It's got a key. What do you guys think? Should we just try to crank her? Let's sit on it. Sit on it, Ralph! Brake, and then gauge it. I'm gonna put the throttle up. Choke and throttle move easily. Pulling it out is choke, about halfway through. That's down, this is thing, that's neutral. Think it'll crank? Let's see. Cranks. How about that? How about that, fellas? Is that badass of a situation or what? What a score. You put a battery in and it starts up and runs just fine. Moves forward and backwards. But looks like what happened is on the sign where it says needs work. I think it's mostly deck work. What would you say? I would say that's it. It's the deck. Also, I'll tell you for sure that the engine did not belong on this tractor because I was wondering why the throttle was so low when I had it up about 3/4 of the way up. I lowered the throttle and the engine started going faster. So the throttle is upside down. You following what I'm saying? It was probably the only way for him to attach it, you know? just flip the wire on the other side. You know, starts and runs great. Now we're gonna have to extract that mouse nest, remove the deck, and check out exactly what the story is on why the deck doesn't engage. But other than that, engine starts, runs, drives. How about that, huh? Hey, maybe we can get this thing fixed in one episode. What do you guys think? So as you guys saw, I removed the deck, scraped it down, blew it out, repainted it, right? And the deck is actually in very good shape. I didn't have to paint much, just a little bit of touch-up is all, you know? All the pulleys move, and everything seems very good. So this mower is a cable-driven PTO, same as what I adapted that for, right? But I couldn't understand why the belt wouldn't fit. It seemed like it was just too long, you know? And then I was looking at these pulleys, right? This is a cable driven, and I have converted that deck from a rod driven to a cable driven. But if I looked at it, right? This pulley on that one is over here on that hole. Well, it has to be over here. So I think there's the difference in the length of the belt there, right? Is that this pulley should be here and not there. On that deck, it's over here. So I need to move that pulley over here. It's an idler. It doesn't move. There we go. See what I'm saying? So it looks different. That's there. This should be here. That's gonna take a little bit of adapting. You know what I mean? So I pulled this one back out again, just so I can figure it out, you know? In the meantime, you saw I removed the engine cover off of the 18 horsepower opposed twin, and I blew out the rat's nest. I took it over there to blow it out because then I could just dump that easy, you know? And then this bolt over here was holding the choke cable, so when I took it out I didn't realize, and I had some trouble getting that back in, but now it's good. If I wanted to fix this throttle, I would have to drill 2 holes on this side and flip it upside down. I think we'll just keep it this way, you know? Fast, slow, you know? Slow is up here, fast is there. So as soon as that deck dries, which it is, I'm gonna install it. In the meantime, I'm gonna go in the back. I took one of these deck hangers off and put it on this one. And I'll have to find another one to put this one on. So I think I might have it, you know what I'm saying? I just need to go and get some parts to convert this idler pulley back here. So that's what I'm gonna do. I forgot to mention the thing I just found, right? The cable was busted. Here's the cable, the spring, and there's no other end to it, which was the reason why that was free. Just kept on going, you know? But as you can see here, I've got a new cable. Well, not new. I took it off of this one. This happened to be a cable driven one too, see? So I ripped it out of there. This one still worked, right? This was the second LT1000 I got from Nick from Medford. And this thing is pretty trashy, you know what I'm saying? But I still didn't throw it away yet, you know? But I did take the cable off of that, put it onto this. So I think we've got this one going. I think that once I put that deck on here, attached the new cable I just put on, cleaned out the engine, right? Fixed that deck, put the deck back on here. I think this is a running, starting, mowing, driving tractor all in one day. And looking at that deck, cable driven, it showed me what I probably did wrong on that one, you know? So that one needs a little bit of adapting, and maybe I'll get the belt to actually work on this one. So very productive day actually today. So I was right. The 5 or 6 belts that I had are indeed the deck belt, and it's 1/2 by 95. So I had a ton of this stuff, pulleys and stuff. I got it adapted and I moved it from this hole to that one to mimic exactly the one over there. And put the belt on, and it needed a return spring, but I didn't have exactly the same one. Plus this one doesn't have a hole here, which it should be. But I adapted something just with the amount of tension to have this return. then the cable will go onto this one, pulling it about midway. I'm going to see if this works. I think it might work. So I'll put this on after I put that one on. This one had a bad belt too, so I swapped it out with one of my better ones. That's right, that's a better one. So it kind of works. The belt needs to be a little bit shorter. Needs some tweaking, you know what I'm saying? But it seems like it's working now, which is great. So this one here, put the deck back on, it's freed up. Let's give this first shot here. That is awesome. I am stoked, man. You picked this up today for free, man. Free. Runs, needs work. Well, got that new mower deck front hanger rod on there now, and deck seems to work just fine. Even seems like the brakes work too. I think I might just need to turn it a quarter turn clockwise, just tighten it up one more bit, you know. And how about that, man? It could use an oil change, I think, and also a little bit of dialing on the carburetor, you know what I'm saying? But how about it, man? Just picked up a tractor today, and it, you know, with some deck work and a new battery, it's good to go. I clean this up and do some paint on it, but figured out my my mower deck on this red one too. Great day, busy day. I'm pretty happy. Maximum stokage. Thanks a lot for joining me on today's episode, fellas. We'll see you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers. You're on now.
Henry?
What's going?
Is the best.
Look at this, huh? Frank, the UPS guy, gives me a great tip. He stops by, I guess, to check out the situation, man.
My boss isn't watching.
Bro, you're not the only one, because Quinn, the mailman, just came by the other day, and he says that now they're tracking him now.
Oh, yeah.
And they were giving him a hard time because, why are you at 10 keys? Damn it, I shouldn't have said that.
Edit that out.
Why are you at that, at Henry's location? Why are you seeing him for like half an hour, 45 minutes? So now he can't talk to me anymore.
Yeah.
He just keeps walking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, man, picked it up. It was like such an easy load.
That's why you make friends with the UPS guy.
The UPS guy, man, that's a nice guy.
Henry, I gotta go. I'll see you next time on Mowers and Blowers.